Welcome to the Moment of Victory. I'm your host, Mr. Victory and Nothing, and I am here with a special guest. CeCe, do you love me? Are you CeCe? What's going on?
What's going on? Happy Wednesday. It's Hump Day Wednesday at that. That's
Hump
kind
day.
of like my favorite day of the week.
Hump day is your favorite day of the week. Hey, don't entice my listening audience like this because you cute and they're gonna be like, oh, the cute joint like the hump day. So how you doing?
But see, my Hump Day Wednesday is the middle of the week. See, your mind just went to the other side.
No,
My day
that's
is
what
like Hump Day, Dance Day. It's the middle of the week. We almost
no,
to
that's what people
Friday.
be implying when they talking about hump day.
I mean, but see, I
Oh
take
yeah,
mine to a different. I be creative with it. That's
it's
all.
the you right. It's the middle of the week, the hump. I get it. It's
Yeah.
like down, then you go down. Okay, all right, okay. So look, I always start off, and this is interesting. I always ask folks, how do we know each other? Because I like to let people know that I really know people in real life and that I'm not just fake or I'm being paid to promote people, because people think like when I push this business or that business, they think, I'm paid for push. And I'd be like, nah, I really know people. So tell the people how we know each other.
To be honest, I don't even know. It's like I know your face, I know your name. It's been so many years. I believe you went to a school with me or my brother. And I remember your face. We got mutual friends, but then we found each other on Facebook, and you know how you do. You gave me that little smile, and I was like, "Ah, okay, I remember something going on there." But
Stop it. Stop it. Yeah, nah, that's funny because yeah, we trying to figure it out and we haven't figured it out yet, but we just got so many mutual acquaintances. It's just like, all right, well, we should be friends. So I'm glad we got together and great things to come. So with that being said, where it begins. Tell us about where it begins.
well, where it begins, it is. I always say that everybody has a testimony. Everybody has a story that they need to share. And everybody has a talent in them that needs to be out in the world. So, where it begins is a magazine, digital magazine platform. We do articles, we do interviews, we do media. And yeah, I believe my motto is it all begins with you. So, it all begins with me and you. And that's where
All
everything
begins
starts.
with me and you. So look here, we kind of do the same thing. And so I won't go too in depth with my end of it because I'm also going to do your platform at some point whenever we set that up. So I won't go too in depth with me, but I that's one of the things that attracted me to you, that like we do the same things. It's about putting people on and like hearing their stories and whatnot. That's really what it's about for me. I get nothing from all the promotion that I put on with other people and other businesses. Like I do the clothing stuff, but I put on so many other clothing lines over them because at the end of the day, it's like, man, it's enough for everybody, man. I don't need to hog it all. So that's one of the things I do like about you, like what you're doing. I was trying to make it to your event, but it didn't work out. But I'll do another one. So, with that being said, I call this the moment, and the moment is essentially it's twofold. One is like we just take a moment, some time out just to learn about you, but it's also I want to know about the moment that you decided that this is what you wanted to do.
Well, I would say it's always been in me. My passion always been about networking, and I'm a bookworm. I like to write and read. That's been me since I was a little girl. But coming to Atlanta, as everybody know, as the Partyville, but the entertainment of Atlanta and jumping into that world, it just took me to a whole nother places. I kind of mentored with other people, did events, and I was like, oh yeah, this is for me. So I started doing blogging first. And then once I started doing blogging, I was like, I like this. I could turn these blogs into a magazine. And then I started doing the magazine and turning blogs into a magazine, started interviewing with people. And 3 years later, here I am.
3 years
So
later, you are. So couple things I hear in that. It's you were already doing this. You like to write. You like to read. So blogging was just natural. You were doing it, but then you turned that to a magazine. Um, Give the folks some type of idea on how easy or tough that is to do.
Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna say the easy part of it, if you're passionate about it, then it automatically flows within you. You know, I'm a people's person, so it automatically flows with me to be able to talk to people, to be able to ask questions, to be able to just sit there and get people testimonies, because that's what I like to hear. I like to hear the positive side of people's stories. So that's the easy part for me. The hard part is the time and kind of doing it by yourself. I'm building a team. So I have a couple of people on my team, but at first, you know, doing it all by myself was very challenging, and trying to figure out what my niche is, you know, what my audience is, how to get sponsors, all that is very hard. So I would say time is definitely challenging. Getting those people on board are really, really challenging, because most people want to see that you're already out there. But now it's like, it's easy come to me. Like at first I had to go out and get people. Now people coming to me. So that's a blessing. So those are the
Oh,
easiest challenges of things. But I feel like, do your research. You know, you have to do your research on everything that you do. So as that being my bookworm, I don't mind getting them books and reading it.
okay. All right. So just to circle back real quick, you said you like the getting testimony aspect of it. What is it about that you like that so much? What is it that draws you to wanting to get that information?
Because I love to network. I'm a people's person. And hearing people testimony on how they got started, because everybody goes through their trials, you know. If it's a lot of people, like even artists. I read a lot of books, bios, and they've been through a lot in life, just to see how maybe Steve Harvey used to sleep in his car and how he is now. That's a passion for me. Like, wow, you can do this, you know. So that pushes me even harder to say, hey, you know, he been at a small point in his life that we all go through. So that's what makes me keep on going, because everybody got a story, everybody got talent. They just need somebody to push them to get it out.
So you want to know what's funny? I actually tweeted today. I said something along the lines of be careful what you ask for, because I was just like, yo, if you ask for courage, like you're gonna be put in a position, a scared position. Like if you want wisdom, you're gonna be put in a position where you got to make a tough decision. If you want strength, you're gonna be put in a position where Bamas are trying to weaken you. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear things like that, going by what you said, and you referenced Steve Harvey and whatnot, it's like one thing that every artist, entrepreneur, whatever the case may be, they had some type of adversity. What was your biggest adversity in starting this magazine?
Oh, I just say, listening back to when you was talking, you just said Bama. Nobody don't know what a Bama is up here in Atlanta, but I'm from DC.
I know you
So
got the
that took
country
me way
twang.
back.
Look, you got the country twang, but you from up here, so remind them. FY, she's from DC, y'all. She resides in.
Hold on. Before I answer my question, tell me what a Bama is for these Atlanta folks out here, you know, and different people that don't know what that is.
Look, it's is it a noun? It's a person, place, or thing. It's a person, place, or thing. Like it don't necessarily mean so. Like I could be like the Bama that worked with CeCe. That's the dude that works with CeCe. Or I could be like, hey, cuz of Bama, he had them yellow shoes on with like some pink snake skin, whatever. It just doesn't coordinate. It's just like,
It's just a
yo,
word that
you
the
look
DC just came up with, and we just floor with it.
to be used to describe a person, a place, or a thing. It is a noun. Don't always take offense. Look, you gotta listen to the tone, people. Like if you hear the tone, you'll know if the Bama's being used negatively or positively. You be down there calling people Bama's.
I had to throw that out there because you said it. But going back to your question, being in DC, I was really, 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 let me say, a tomboyish way. I used to get into fights, get into trouble all the time. So I had to come, I know, right? But I had to come to a new place and came to Georgia and did a whole new 360. You know what I'm saying?
Wait,
So
you
I
moved to
came
Georgia because you was in trouble up here?
Nah, I didn't move to Georgia because of that. I moved to Georgia to be with my mom. My mom had moved to Georgia, but that's another story. And but I feel like I did a whole 360, from coming from the city and coming to the country and really being around positive people. Because in my journey, I met so many positive people, mentors, people in the entertainment world that can be, do rough things to you. And so you have to have a backbone too, being in this industry. But I definitely would say that moving here and doing a 360 and doing what I do now, I love it to death. Because like I said, I do charity, volunteering, helping out with the senior citizens, helping out with breast cancer months. I do a lot of stuff that I didn't think about doing as a child. So the older, like you said, wisdom, being smart about things, it's a journey. And I think being around the right people, take you to different places. So
okay. What would you say has been, because you interview and you talk with people and you hear their stories, what would you say, if you can't give it away, that's fine. What was the best story that you said you heard, or who's the best person that you spoke with in putting this magazine together, putting out these articles, doing these interviews, if you remember?
I ain't gonna say I have a best story, and I'm not gonna say I have a best person. But I can say that I really enjoyed putting out my DJ magazine because what I did is I did a shout out on about 25, 30 DJs in the world. And people think that DJs, they don't get the most, how could I say it? They don't get credibility like they should be. But DJs does a lot for us in the world because we all love music. They are the ones that keep us going. They are the ones that put on the shows. They are the background music people. But when I did that, a lot of people recognized me. I recognized a lot of people. It was just awesome to meet so many DJs. And then I like to do a theme when I do events. So what I did is I took a DJ magazine and then I turned it into a theme. So when I did my event, I did Battle of the Sexes DJs. So I had the women and the men mixed together and did Battle of the Sexes. It was just so dope. But it just was so fun to be able to talk to different DJs and see their experiences because they have a lot of talent and they do more than just DJing. So I would say that was one of my favorites. I ain't gonna say it's my best because I like everybody's story. I like everybody's testimony, but I love the DJs. Anytime I go out, the first thing I do is I go and meet the DJ. Hey, so I love the DJs. I give shout out to all my DJs out there now.
Shout out to the DJs. I will say, because I MC and host events as well. And since you throw events and you haven't offered me to do one of your events yet, I'm just saying. But I work with a lot of DJs and they are very pivotal. The wedding that I did this past weekend, I will say, this is how I know DJing is hard. Just like rapping is hard. When I first started rapping, I'm not trying to be a rapper, but I make songs here and there just because we from the golden era of hip hop, and I like hip hop, so I do it from time to time. But I had to pretty much coach Cuz through DJ. He was a wedding gift to the couple, and so I think he goes to the groom's father's church. And so I guess he don't really be playing all that type of music, or because his pastor was there, he ain't want to do it. So I kind of had to coach him through it. I was just like, all right, play this next. All right, play this next. And just gauging the crowd and all, which is what I do anyway. It's like, it was difficult. I was just like, All right, yeah, me just being the hype and the energy is different than controlling the hype and the energy. And that's what the DJ does. So they are very pivotal. Shout out to you, DJs. Let's work together in Atlanta. You know, I've done an event in Atlanta already. So I'll come back, just FYI. But moving forward.
And
What
just to throw it out there, you've been invited to Atlanta a couple of times, so.
I've been invited to Atlanta. Okay, look, we about to do it. We gotta do it. But anyhow, what's coming up? What's the future for where it begins? Or CeCe, like what are you doing next?
Oh, I got so much stuff going on, y'all. I'll give you a little bit of exclusive, but we're about to do some events doing sipping brunches here, so you'll see me out there. Also, I got a lot of events going on with bringing R&B artists back out in the world because I'm an R&B fan and I've been meeting so many R&B people here. So you'll see those shows coming up. I ain't gonna give no names of who's gonna be performing, but it's gonna be like the legends of R&B and the legends of old school. Um, it's a lot of people I've been working with, so those things are coming out for 2022. And as y'all know, that I have an issue come out just about going in January, it'll be every other month. So y'all can always check out Where It Begins magazine. I do a lot of interviews, so I have a lot of actually. I have some people that I'll be interviews, which is Legends of the Daughters. So y'all gotta look out for that. I
Legends
can't
of the
tell y'all who the
Daughters?
daughters are for these legends, but yes, I'm working with some people on that. Geez, I just been here getting opportunities after opportunities. It's been a blessing. Like I said, I work with a lot of authors too, so I'll be interviewing a lot of authors that come out. Cause like I said, I'm a bookworm, so those will come out. So hey, y'all just keep up with me. Where it begins,
So
everything
look,
is where it begins.
I just want to tell you that you should be dealing with me. You said you got a lot of authors. I just submitted my first book to a publisher a few weeks ago. We grind doing that last minute editing and all that stuff.
Awesome, congratulations.
Talked about DJing. I'm the MC, your girl's favorite MC. That's what I like to say. Wait, I'm switching it to your wife's favorite MC. This dude came up to me at the wedding. He was just like, yo, my wife loved you. I said, oh, that's it. No more your girl's favorite MC. It's now your wife's favorite MC. And then, of course, we putting other people on, businesses, artists, whatever. See, we just do a lot of the same. We just need to make this happen.
Well, to
So
throw
in
it out there,
2022,
I want to throw it out there that I am looking for a male co-host. So
oh, look. Hey, you want to know what's funny? My co-host apparently just fired me the other day, but she didn't tell me. She blocked me off everything, and then I had like 9 friends tell me that like she put up a video. She was like, "Yeah, I'm looking for a new host over there." I was just like, "Oh." But I don't know. I don't know what happened. And you know what? I don't even care at the end of the day. Like, if that's how people move, then you know what I'm saying?
well, like I said, it always tell me when one door closes, another door opens up for you. So
You know,
throwing it out there that I'm looking for a male co-host.
oh
So if you're
yeah,
interested, please let me know.
what we talking about? What's the topic of conversation? Is this for the magazine? What? How does this work?
Yeah, for interviews, magazines. Yep.
Look, this was divine. Look, we supposed to be here. You know this, right? We the cards is in for us to be doing something. Let's talk. Let's work it out. All right, I ain't gonna hold you because I told you we got a minute. And two, you're a moment, not a minute. We got a
But
moment.
wait, it wouldn't be fair to get off of here and not ask you a question. But
You gonna
before
you gonna ask
we
me a
get
question?
off of your platform, I need to know, who are you? Tell the audience who you are, what you do, what's going on. How did I get on this platform?
Okay, all right. So I'm Marcus, also known as Mr. Victory or Nothing, also known as the Marcus of the Ceremony, your girl's favorite MC. So how this came about is, so Mr. Victory or Nothing is my what's it called? Your on your personality, your on air personality moniker. That's my name. I started a clothing brand. It's called Victory Everywhere. It's going away at the end of the year, by the way, just because, like I said, I got the book and there's other stuff going. And just sometimes I actually got this from Steve Harvey because you mentioned him earlier. When he did his last stand-up, he was like, he loves comedy. Like, comedy is the reason he is what he is today, but he's taking the next steps. And so he had to leave something behind, and that was comedy. So that, hence, that's why the victory is going away, but it's never going away because I missed the victory enough. But anyway, not only did I have like the entrepreneurial spirit and the brand and stuff I want to do, I was just like, yo, maybe it's the way the world has been going with the Trayvon Martins and the Mike Browns and the Arbors or whatever. But I was just like, yo, we legitimate as black people are we still like the one like group of people that haven't grasped this whole like it's better when we do it together. And so the Colin Kaepernick thing was what really sparked it. So remember when Colin Kaepernick pretty much got blackballed, everybody was like, man, we boycotting football. And while I did boycott football as well for a couple of years, I just noticed that a bunch of people weren't watching football. And I was like, what are we doing other than not watching football? It was like, yeah, we could complain about that. And like, but what is the solution? My small solution or my small part that I said that I could do was let's promote Black business. And so I didn't just want to be one of the people that, man, I ain't watching football. Y'all stupid if y'all watch football. It's like, yo, do something. Otherwise, we just niggas not watching football. Excuse the language, but that's what I was like. I felt like a lot was going on. We just been Black people not watching football. And so during that time, it was just like, man, it's so many people who do something, and that like if we complain how the world treats us and how the justice system treats us and how these businesses treat us, like we see these videos every day where we're being mistreated. At what point are we going to be like, stop complaining about it and let's just support our own? So that's when the whole we all we got, we all we need came from it. And it really was every time I had, I'm trying to get to the point where I spent all my money with Black people. Very difficult to do, but I'm trying to get there. And so whenever I needed something, I always was like, yo, do y'all know somebody that do this? Do y'all know somebody that do that? And so giving people their shine, if I was able to use their service or buy a product from them, that, you know, always at the end of this, man, whatever you need, there's a Black person out there that do it. So that's where that came from. So
okay.
At doing the radio and stuff, because do this stuff anyway, the radio, the podcast and stuff, I was just like, I wanted to give, not only just use like IG and just post it, but it was just like, yo, when you talk to people, give people their moment, give them their time where not only is just a post, but they could speak for themselves. So hence, that's why you're here, because you are a Black entrepreneur. You have a platform, you have things that you do, and it's just like, yeah, I could talk about you or I could make a post about you, but who better to really talk about it than you yourself? So that's what this Moment of Victory platform has turned into. And I had to get you.
Okay. Well, I want to say thank you for letting me be on your platform today. And I ain't gonna ask you too many. I ain't gonna ask you no more questions. I'll wait till I interview you to do that part.
I'm a
But
great
I wanted
interview,
you to
by the
share
way.
what you are.
I'm
Say
a
what?
great interview, by the way. I just like you ask great questions because I do watch your interviews and stuff as well. I've got to do better with commenting, but I do watch them. It's like, oh, that was a good question. Oh, I should have said I would ask that or this and that. Yeah, you
Well,
do
when you're
great.
ready, let me know. You know.
Kid, man, whenever look, you say the word, man. I mean, I got a
Okay, I'm saying the
job.
word. We could get off of here and we could do it. Let's go.
Oh, right away. Oh,
Right, yep, right now. You
say
gotta stay
less.
ready. Stay on your game. You ready? All right, let's
Look,
go.
I'm ready. So then what I'm going to do is before we go, I got this little thing that I like to do. It's called I got 5 on it. So you know what I'm saying? And
I
just
got 5
so you
on
know I
it.
gotta play that.
Hey.
So look here, I got 5 on it. Simple. I'm gonna ask you 5 questions. You just tell me the first thing that comes to your mind. Easy as pie, right?
Okay.
Now, just to give you the background for the I Got Five order, part of the reason I do it is not only do I want to promote your business, but it's to try to let other people know that the everyday person can be an entrepreneur, can start a platform, can be an artist or whatever. We always look at it like people like Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos or something are like these mythical figures. No, like they're average everyday people just like us. And so this is just to ask you 5 basic questions just to, to show
Let's
your
go.
human side. You ready?
I stay ready.
Look, all right. Question number 1. Easy. What's your favorite food?
Seafood. Anything
Seafood?
seafood.
Anything
Yeah.
seafood? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Can you cook it? This is not one of your
Not,
questions. Nope.
not really.
You just like to eat
But
it.
I love it.
Okay. All right. Question number 2. Last book you read.
I'm reading Playboy dating playbook or something like that. But I'm reading that now. So that's
Dating Playboy. This is about
no dating playbook, or it's either
dating.
playbook dating, one of the two.
What's that
But I'm
about?
reading that book now.
What's that about?
It's about a lady and this man. She's a fitness person. She's trying to get this NFL player to get back in shape, and then they end up falling in love and stuff like that. But then they try to fake a relationship off. But as she's still training him to get back in shape to get back onto the NFL team, and then they end up falling in love and stuff. But I ain't finished it yet. I'm like got 100 more pages to go, but that was easy because I read books every week. So
I see. I know. I listen to your book suggestions and everything. Question number 3. DC or Atlanta?
And what though?
Pick one.
I mean, you got to tell me what I'm picking. Are we picking teams? Because I don't like neither one of the football teams. If we doing that.
That's right. Never mind. I can't do her platform. I forgot who she root for. She a Cowgirls fan.
When it comes to music, when it comes to because it's different things. I'm not gonna pick one-on-one because I'm from DC, but I stayed here. I live in Atlanta, but for certain things, I like certain things. Like DC, I love their subs and stuff like that. I love, get their mambo sauce. You can't go wrong with that in their wings. I'm trying to tell you. But Atlanta, I love their weather. I love the opportunities here. DC, they got the go-go music there or whatever. But Atlanta, I get to really see the celebrities and talk to them. So, I got the
all right. I'll let you have the tie. Number 4. If you could have an interview with anybody, dead or alive, who would you want to talk to and why?
My grandmother and my mother. Oh. Those was my role models. Those were my mentors. Those are the people that inspired me to be the woman that I am today. So I'll never forget them. I would love to see how it was for them growing up, how it was for them back in the days. To be able to talk to them one more time, to be able to interview them just about their life story, you know what I'm saying? To really get the background of our ancestors and stuff like that. I would love to speak to them again.
Okay. Sentimental. All right. Last question. Who should I talk to next? Who should I do one of these with? And let's encourage them to get with me to do one of these.
You said, who should you do an interview with next?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to shout out one of my best friends, Monique. She just started her new journey in doing things in a positive manner. She's doing podcast series, segments. Everything she's doing is a positive vibe, and she's doing like what we're doing, getting testimonies out, supporting our people, supporting everybody, not just our people, but everybody. She's doing motivational things. It's just a blessing, I love what she's doing. I'm very proud of her, and I'm definitely gonna shout her out. So, okay. Monique.
What's her name? Monique
Williams. Yes.
Monique Williams. What's her
and IG? And I'll send you her information. But yes.
Okay. All right. Monique Williams. You heard CeCe. Come on here. Let's talk. I'm with it. I like meeting new people. All of that. Before you go, shout out all your socials, or how can people reach you if someone might think they're a good candidate to be on the magazine? How can they get with you? Give them all your information.
Well, everything is where it begins. Put it in Google, it'll pop up. It'll pop up on my blogs, it'll pop up on social media, it'll pop up to show you my podcasts. It'll show everything. And then my other social media you can follow is cc.atl. That's cece.atl. That's me all day. Can't go wrong.
ATL.
So
CeCe.atl. That's her all day. All right. All right, CeCe. I appreciate you getting on with me. You are great. Like I said, I value you. I admire you from afar. I'm really looking forward to seeing what 2022 is going to happen for you. And hopefully I will be a part of some of it. Again, I travel. You need a host for one of your multitude of events. You need a male co-host to interview these people. I do it all. So I appreciate you. Man, 2022. Let's get to it.
let's get it.